Lots of my videos in the past have been upbeat and happy, but I think this time it's going to be more serious. This is a serious video. One of the issues that I've had growing up has been anger. When I was a kid, I used to have serious temper tantrums, or what my second grade teacher would call hissy fits. Anyways, back when I was a little kid, I didn't have the best judgment. I mean, even when I was a teenager, even as I hit my, 13, 14, 15, I still had massive struggles with anger, but I was never physical. Like, I was never a fighter. I was never a puncher. I was more of a yeller, meaning I was more verbal. I've said, I've called people names. I mean, anger, I'm more understanding about anger. Nowadays, I need to question myself, where does this anger come from? Past, present, or fear? Most of the time, anger for me just comes from stress. Things going on, things happening, and you gotta make plans, and all of a sudden you gotta do this after you're done with plans. Stress is difficult for me in lots of times, especially with autism. With autism and anger, not the best of combinations, and I'm not using autism as an excuse. I'm using it as something like, I have autism, so the way I control anger may be different compared to some ways other people control anger, But I do great, but anger has become it's always been a dark side. It's always been my dark side. It's everybody's dark side. Let's just face the facts. We are not human beings if we don't have anger. Things are going to make us angry, and we're allowed to be angry. It's totally okay to be angry. It's just how we show it. Just like my father always said, it doesn't matter how you feel. It's your actions that do the talking. Not what's on the inside. No one can see what's on the inside. Expressions. Now, the trillion-dollar question you guys are asking me probably. Mr. Blue, how did you deal with your anger? My dad, he was like, son, anger is okay, but if you allow anger to get the better of you, you're going to go down a very dark path that you can never get out. I never thought that I would get over anger, but it took a lot of time. It took a couple summers, and all in all, I'm doing pretty good. When I'm good right now. You can hang out with me. You can just, have a coffee with me and talk with me all day long and just say, what's this? But when I'm angry, I can feel it. That's when I have to leave. But sometimes I can't leave. I have to stay there and maybe face it on the inside, psychologically and mentally inside, just deal with the anger on my own. It's risky, it's tough, but it's a good thing to learn about anger. It's time for me to tell you all that I've had some troubles with anger, but I'm doing great. Everything is fine, and I'm not in trouble or anything. I'm not a threat. All I can say is that I am disappointed with the choices that I've made in the past, and it's okay to bring them up because I have learned from them, and I'm sure you can too. The biggest gift of all about learning about anger is having my parents telling me the dangers and how they helped me. So for this, I'd like to thank both my mother and father for helping me deal with anger and for teaching me basics or new strategies how to cope with it. So thanks, Mom and Dad. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I hope that we can all learn from this. And I hope that this video can make you guys with anger learn a thing or two as well. Once again, there's nothing wrong with being angry. All you have to do is just think about your actions before you act, because consequences can be very serious, and the moment those consequences hit you, you're going to wish you never did it. You'll feel good in that moment, but you'll regret it. It's true. I've been there. We all have. But we all learn, right? See you next time, guys. Mr. Blue's here for you.